Next on All Access.
Sunday Night Football! Everything we've been through tonight to get a win! Let's stop somebody, fellas! They think we're done!
Is wide to the left. Burke had the single setback. A lateral to Jacoby Myers, the former NC State quarterback, looks to throw, airing it out deep down the right side for Rex Burkhead.
Yeah.
Dives and catches in the end zone! Touchdown! Patriots!
What a call! What a call!
You see that line pushing forward. What does that do for the pride of that offensive line?
It's all motivation, just be able to see that our hard work is paying off.
Oh, it's just relaxing. Coming out here, that was something my family kind of did growing up, and something I enjoyed as well. So,
we all know Cook's very fast player, but again, not all their long plays are go routes. They've got a lot of speed out there, so it's long passes, it's catch and run plays. They're both a problem.
Two in a row, look at them go. The Patriots come up with their most impressive performance of the year in beating Baltimore. Hello and welcome to Patriots All Access, presented by GEICO. I'm Steve Burton. Neither Winn nor rain nor the Ravens could beat New England, who moved to 4-5 on the year. Next up, the Patriots go back on the road to Houston to take on the Texans. We'll discuss the Texans game, but we kick things off with a look back at the sights and sounds from an impressive win over the Ravens.
It's a rivalry punctuated by memorable moments.
Ball on the ground. Touchdown, Patriots.
Rice takes the first play of the game, 83 yards and a touchdown.
Setting up a screen. He's going to look to throw downfield. Amendola wide open. Makes the catch at the 18 in stride. He's gone. Touchdown, Patriots.
For this latest installment, a new chapter would be written with fascinating leading men on both sides. 2010 Heisman Trophy winner Cam Newton.
He the OG, the Superman.
Versus 2016 Heisman winner Lamar Jackson.
Man, my boy Lamar got a gear not many human beings got. I just respect his game so much. I don't even think I'm in that stratosphere.
Sunday Night Football! Everything we've been through tonight to get a win! Let's stop somebody, fellas! They think we're done! Let's keep fighting! Tonight, fellas! 1-0, then we'll worry about next week! Yeah. Let's get this one! Stop the world! Down 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! Come in!
The young buck struck first.
Touch pass on the jet sweep action to the right. He's going to run to the corner. He's hit, but he twists and turns and falls backward across the pylon.
The wily veteran would tie things up.
Newton rolls it right, flips it in the flat for Burkett, runs to the pylon with a dive. Touchdown, Patriots!
This looks really good, though. I like what you're doing here.
The Patriots D would bottle the Ravens up.
Jackson runs up the middle. Jackson's hit by John Simon, who shoves him back.
We're doing a good job inside.
Before their offense heated up.
Get the single setback. A lateral to Jacoby Myers, the former NC State quarterback, looks to throw, airing it out deep down the right side for Rex Burkhead.
Yeah.
Dives and catches.
Yeah!
New England would rush for 173 yards on the night and take control of the game.
Keep feeding him.
Takes the snap. He's going to run it right. Newton is going to walk in. Touchdown, Patriots!
Then the elements took over. New England had to battle the wind, rain, and Ravens to hang on for the win.
Come on, play vertical. Let's go.
Snap to Jackson, 4-man rush. Jackson flips it underneath. Catch made by Dobbins. Runs to the left. Tackled by Duggar. Terrific play. The snap on 8. He pumps. He's in the pocket. He rolls right. He throws to the far side. Catch. No! Dobbins drops it. And the Patriots have won it over the Ravens for a second consecutive victory.
Thanks for joining us right now for the plays of the week and big win against the Baltimore Ravens. Coach, what do we got? I think we're going to start with the defense.
Right, thanks, Scott. Well, one of the top targets in this game was to stop the running game, and this will be Kyle Duggar here coming up to force on the play. This is Boyle, the tight end, who's an excellent blocker. You can see that Kyle really comes up with good support there, takes him on, makes a strong play there, comes off and makes a tackle, and we have good pursuit here from the inside. So it's really a good defensive play where we set the edge of the defense and then have good pursuit from the inside out. Make the tackle there for a loss in the backfield. Same play from the end zone. This is Carl Davis on the nose, a player we haven't talked too much about this year, but has been with us for a couple weeks and gave us some quality plays 2 weeks ago against the Jets, and then a few more plays last week against the Ravens. But here's a good look at Kyle setting the edge here on the outside play, and it's good effort, good pursuit, and good tackle there by Carl coming inside, making a play there. So again, overall, a very competitive effort defensively in the running game against one of the top rushing team in the league. And this is a play before the half here. Good pass rush play. This is Josh Uche here at the bottom. Again, a player that's didn't play a lot earlier in the year, but is starting to get increased play time. Winovich at the top, working on Orlando Brown, and Wise inside there on Bozeman. So really a good good team pass rush here. All three guys do a good job of beating their blocker, converting, and I think Josh is the first one there to make the tackle on Jackson. So Uche here on Fluker does a nice job of swiping the outside arm there and turning the corner. This is Winovich over here on Orlando Brown.
Nice job by Wise too. Yeah,
and then Wise here on Bozeman. Good transition rush there. So it's always tough to get an athletic guy like Jackson back there in the pocket and trap him. Certainly he had some plays where he escaped and gave us problems running around, but this is one where we had a real well balanced pass rush across the board and made a good play here.
It's good to see the team get excited too defensively there. All right, let's move on to the offense.
Anytime you tackle Jackson, you get excited, right? We all know how the running game helps the passing game, and the passing game helps the running game. And as we ran the ball more in this game, you could see on this play how the defense comes up, and then on play action pass, there's really all these guys are up here close to the line of scrimmage, and creates a couple of good one-on-one situations down the field. So this is Jacoby here in motion, working on Peters, one of the better corners in the league. Jacoby really does a good job of stemming him, creating separation here. Good protection on the play action. Gets all the linebackers to step up. But it's a nice job of protecting the quarterback. And throw there. Add on a few more yards here on this personal foul.
Take that.
A well-executed play.
Yeah, great job too on that's a guy, Peters. Been in the league for a long time. Basically spun him around. All right, tough run right here.
Yeah, and this was again, the passing game helps the running game. The running game helps the passing game, and the Ravens are in a blitz here, and so we kind of can't get through here on our blocking pattern. We should have a guy blocking Queen, the middle linebacker, but this blitz kind of eats up two blockers, and so Queen's free. So this is basically Harris on Queen. I think we've seen that matchup before with, Alabama against, LSU here. But this, great run here by Desean. You really watch him get his pad level down, run right through the tackle here, pick up an extra 7 or 8 yards. This is a good matchup against, by two guys that they've seen each other before, just different uniforms.
Yeah, just to see other guys too, continue to push the pile, and saw Izzo throughout the course of this game clearing piles. Just keep playing till the whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, this really good effort here. Down the field, trying to keep these extra guys off them. You can see that the Ravens are trying to strip the ball and gang tackle them here. It's really good job there of Desean running and the O-line getting down there and protecting the runner. So. The running game and the passing game really were good compliments to each other Sunday night, and that's always helpful.
Coach, great stuff. Always fun to do these 2 in a row. Let's go get them against the Texans.
All right, thanks, Scott.
All right, there you go. Thanks for joining us for the plays of the week.
Coming up on All Access.
High praise for the Texans interim coach.
Romeo Crennel is one of the best coaches that I've ever worked with.
But first, a conversation with tackle Isaiah Wynn.
Do you get a sense that this team is building momentum going forward?
Oh, most definitely. I think I know it starts in practice, so we're just taking it day by day. You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the New England Patriots. By Gillette Pro Glide and Pro Glide Gel, 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke. And by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off.
Another week in the win column, and we are on to the Houston Texans. I'm Lauren Spencer with your Patriots Social Media Minute. First, it was tic-tac-toe, then it was Connect 4, and now we have the Jackson 5. J.C. Jackson recorded his franchise record 5 straight games with an interception when he picked off the other Jackson in Sunday night's win. High school quarterback turned NFL wide receiver Jacoby Myers had us fired up when he threw a 24-yard touchdown pass in last week's win. And fellow quarterback turned receiver Julian Edelman knows a thing or two about throwing touchdown passes against the Ravens. He offered some advice to Jacoby via Twitter after the game. The real star of the show on Sunday was the rain. It was downpouring at Gillette Stadium all night long, and the internet, of course, had its fun. That's all for this week's Patriots Social Media Minute. I'm Lauren Spencer.
Welcome back to All Access presented by GEICO. Can the Patriots make it 3 in a row on Sunday? Dan Roach tells us that a familiar foe stands in their way.
Dobbins drops it with 2 seconds to go.
That's one hell of a win right here, boy.
9 games into their season, and the Patriots put together a solid victory over a good team.
Just finding ways to win. And that's pretty much been it. Having great weeks of practices and following it up with, in-game performance.
And at 4-5, there's no reason to let up. They have to keep this 2020 train rolling.
Practice execution turns into game reality. You just have to be sharp pre-snap and post-snap before anything else can get started.
Next up, a trip to Houston. The Texans said goodbye to longtime head coach Bill O'Brien after an 0-4 start. Romeo Crennel, who won 3 Super Bowls here in New England as Bill Belichick's defensive coordinator, is the interim head coach.
You like to try to win when you're going against, a guy that you've worked with and coached against and all that. So it'll be exciting.
Crennel isn't the only Patriots connection in this matchup. Houston's VP of Football Operations, Jack Easterby, spent 6 seasons as a character coach with the Pats. On the field, Keon Crossan leads the Texans in special team tackles, while wideout Brandon Cooks has 43 catches for over 500 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Love competing against Cooks. One of the best people I've had the opportunity to be around. Works extremely hard. Really motivates and inspires other guys around him just by his work ethic.
Meanwhile, it feels like the Texans are part of the AFC East, as Sunday will mark the 6th straight year these two teams will meet in the regular season.
It's always a competitive game. There's not really going to be much, out scheming and stuff, because I would say both teams kind of know not just what you do this year, but what you've done, from a coaching standpoint over the course of your whole career.
Entering this week, the Patriots have 11 interceptions in 9 games. They're tied with Indy and Pittsburgh for second, trailing only Tampa Bay. Last year, Patriots led the NFL with 25 picks. For Patriots All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
All right, Dan Roach, thank you very much for joining me now as Patriots big man on the offensive line, Isaiah Wynn. It's good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
You as well, Steve. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. You guys are coming off how big of a win was that win against Baltimore?
It definitely was a big win. It was a big team win. It was against a good physical defense, so it definitely was a good one.
Let me ask you this. For the younger guys, and you're really not that old, but for the younger guys and as a team, when the coaches tell you to do something and it actually works, you guys have been preparing all week and it works, does that help this team's confidence going forward when you see it working, and is that contagious?
Oh, it definitely is. Just being able to take the coaching and know where everybody's going to be, just being able to get that victory and trust and believe in the team and the coaching staff feels great.
Tell me about the pride in that offensive line up front, especially when you see that running game working, when you see Damian Harris racking up real estate, when you see Rex Burkhead and the rest of those guys, James White, all those guys going forward, you see that line pushing forward. What does that do for the pride of that offensive line?
It's all motivation, just be able to see that our hard work is paying off and us putting our will on the line, breaking the other team's will. It's just a great feeling.
You bring up will, and it's a very good point that you bring up. Is it the job of the offensive line to impose your will on the opponent?
Oh, most definitely. We have to.
Tell me about the backs showing their appreciation to you when they're opening up, when you guys are opening up gaping holes. I know you appreciate them. Do they appreciate you, and do they tell you that?
Yeah, they always do. And, it's nothing better than seeing the back of their jerseys in the end zone and meeting them there.
Do you get a sense that this team is building momentum going forward?
Oh, most definitely. I think I know it starts in practice, so we're just taking it day by day, working hard in practice, and then translating that on Sundays.
Next up, Houston. And let's hope Houston has a problem, right?
Oh, yeah, they do. They do. But they're a good physical defense, and it's going to be another great challenge.
All right, my friend. Good luck to you on Sunday.
All right, appreciate it, Steve.
You got it. Isaiah Wynn, I guess. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Want a great predictor for a Patriots victory? How about no turnovers? New England did not turn the ball over in the slop Sunday night in the win over Baltimore. Since 2008, they have a 71-9 record in 0 turnover games.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to talk to the head coach. Coach Belichick joins me now. And simple formula, run the football, stop the run, protect the football, handle the elements. And anytime you do that, whether you have elements or not, you're always going to give your team a chance to win. Fair to say?
Absolutely, 100% right. Yeah, that's don't beat yourself. Go out there and play a good, solid football game. Keep going forwards on offense. Don't go backwards. And defensively, play good, solid football and play good situational football. 2-minute, third down, red area. So those are things that always are important in the game. And we didn't play penalty free, but it was close. We didn't have much, and so that was beneficial for us as well.
A lot was made, obviously, of the conditions. How bad were the conditions? And I'm inquiring about the sideline operation because you guys use the Surface tablets. How difficult is it to use the communication, the phones, everything when you got to handle the amount of water that you guys did that weekend?
Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. It started raining a little bit at the end of the game, maybe in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't that bad out there. But you're right, the communications were challenging, and the tablets in the rain, that's not a great combination. The overall communication systems, we had some issues with that. as well. So, we were prepared to, expect to have problems, and, we dealt with them, and that's part of it. But, yeah, those kind of games, it's you got to be ready for something to pop up. And, I thought our players and coaching staff did a good job of adjusting and handling those.
Okay, on to the Houston Texans. And I know there was a coaching change, earlier, and you're not close to that situation. But how disappointing from a coaching standpoint for you to see, a change made mid-season where you don't give a guy, the whole season or the opportunity to get his football team playing the way he wants to and when the plug's pulled.
Right. Well, it's there's certainly a lot to be said for that. I'm not there, obviously, don't have a lot of familiarity with what did or didn't happen, how it all came down. So all I know is, Romeo Crennel is one of the best coaches that I've ever worked with. He does just a great job. He's a great presence, and certainly a calmness about him to deal with any situation that comes up, and a lot of experience. So he relates well to his players, and I know they respect him, play hard for him, and compete well. So I look forward to seeing him on Sunday. I don't look forward to competing against him.
I know he told the Houston media this week, going back to strike year, I think it was, you guys to kill time played a lot of racquetball. Who got the best? I can't think Rack got the best of you in those games.
Rack's pretty quick. He's pretty quick in there. Yeah, we had some good battles. Probably split them, I guess. But yeah, we definitely had some good workouts there. Try to keep in shape a little bit there during that strike. It was a long year.
We're going to be back later in the show with the Bellustrator. They got a pretty good quarterback. I'm sure we'll look at some of the plays he's making too this year, right?
Yeah, they got a lot of explosive players on offense. So, it's only an hour show. I don't think we have time to show all of them, but we'll see some of the explosive guys they got on the Texans offense.
All right, great stuff, Coach. Everybody hang tight. More Patriots All Access will return after this, and then later in the show we'll have the Bellustrator.
Coming up on All Access.
We go back to Texas with Patriots running back Rex Burkhead.
Hello.
And later, the Bellustrator.
But this is Fuller down here at the bottom of the screen, and Fuller's known for his speed and his big playability.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the New England Patriots. By the Dan O'Brien Auto Group. Come in to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group store today and get your awesome protection plan, keeping it awesome. And by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots.
He just might be the team's offensive MVP through 9 games. He scored 6 touchdowns so far this season and evenly split 3 on the ground and 3 through the air. He's running back Rex Burkhead. Hey, we go back into the vault to 2018, where we travel back home with Burkhead to Plano, Texas.
It's just relaxing. Coming out here, that was something my family kind of did growing up, and something I enjoyed as well. So just peaceful. Love finding little spots like this, get away from the city and everything, and time slows down.
I can see that lone star from 1,000 miles away, calling me back home, though I ventured far astray.
My top 5 playlists, oh man. I was a big Linkin Park fan growing up. Big Linkin Park fan. Right now, I would say NF is kind of my guy that I've been listening to quite a bit.
Lone star shine down on my hometown.
It's unreal. As you see where we are now, this is the home of where I played high school football, Clark Stadium, and there's nothing else like it. Friday Night Lights, the movie, it's true, it's real. people kind of stop what they're doing and come out to the game on Friday nights. And, especially in Plano with a lot of tradition. I mean, you can have around 50,000 at those games as well. So it's a whole nother level, almost like a college football atmosphere for sure. And, whenever it was my time to play for the high school, it's something I definitely try to cherish. Hello. Good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, good to be here.
No, it makes us feel great. That's what it's all about. That's why we do what we do. It is not for necessarily what happens in the moment when they're here, but what happens for the rest of the moments of their lives.
Little gift from the Super Bowl. There we go. Little golden ball.
All right, solid gold, right?
Yeah, wish we won the game, but
you know what?
It's still cool.
How many people get to say they even did that,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
All right, that's great. Go
for
on.
the high school, that's right.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. A lot of awards, a lot of history, not only in athletics, but academics here as well. A lot of successful teams. What's up? How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good seeing you.
Good to see you.
And I was very fortunate. I got to coach him for 4 years, freshman all the way up to his senior year. He was such a team player. It wasn't about him, it was about the team. And I always appreciated that about him, that, he was very unselfish. And that's hard to find these days.
There you go. State championship, basketball team. I was a freshman with some hair at the time. Braces going. A lot of memories there. How y'all doing? Good, good. Y'all getting after it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Keep working hard. Get after it in school. You gotta do it. It'll help you on down the road. What'd you say?
And hate the Eagles.
You hate the Eagles? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like them either. They gave so much to me when I was going through, school coming up, and not only developing me as a football player with Coach McCullough, but also as a person as well. And so I learned a lot from them. Very thankful and grateful, to have them in my lives during that point, and really helped me be prepared for college level and on out to the NFL.
Give to Burkhead, runs it up the middle, speed past the 10, inside the 5, reaching for the goal line for a touchdown, Patriots!
I knew when I visited New England, this is going to be a place that's going to help me reach my potential as a player. Man, you got passionate fans for sure, here in Dallas and up in Boston.
Looking left, throws it for Burkhead, leaps, comes down with it. Touchdown!
To come from Plano and where football is so big, and then to play for an organization like New England where they treat it the same, it's really it's really a blessing.
November 23rd, 2003. Nearly 17 years to the day. The Patriots traveled to Houston to take on the Texans. It was a sluggish affair. The Patriots defense dominated.
Banks looking left, being rushed, is going to be sacked.
New England needed some late-game heroics to get the game into overtime.
Looks right, looks, fires end zone. Touchdown, Daniel Graham.
And in overtime, Adam Vinatieri gave New England their 8th win of the year, a year that would finish in the exact same stadium with bigger things at stake.
Snap, ball down, kick up, kick is on the way, kick is good! Kick is good! Adam Vinatieri from 41 yards away.
He's going to fire to the end zone for Stills, and this one's a touchdown.
That's a heck of a throw by Watson.
Pitches it to the right for Watson, who dives to the pylon. And the Texans have added to their lead. Patriots fall to 10-2 following this 28-22 loss here in Houston.
Time now for our opponent spotlight, brought to you by GEICO. Let's check in with the voice of the Houston Texans, Mark Vandermeer. Mark, thanks for the time today.
Megan, it's my pleasure. Looking forward to this one, as always.
Well, Mark, it's been an interesting year for the Houston Texans. Obviously, Coach Bill O'Brien was let go earlier this season. But really, this team, it all starts with Desean Watson. What has stood out to you about Watson and his performance this season?
Well, he was on a tear in quarterback rating until the loss to the Browns on Sunday in horrible conditions, by the way. He's been playing very well this season, Megan. Their big problem is they can't run the football the way they wanted to. This offense is built to be balanced. Move the ball on the ground, make some big plays through the air. If you don't have the ground game, it's like kind of having a burger without the burger, right? It's just not the same.
The Texans are really known for their stout defensive front with Watt and Merciless. They haven't been as consistent this year, but what threat do they pose to the Patriots' running game?
They do have some assets on defense, Megan, but the problem is they've had an enormous amount of difficulty stopping the run. And if you have that kind of problem in the NFL, you're going to have a great deal of difficulty winning games.
When we spoke with Coach Bill Belichick, he said that he doesn't really care what the Texans' record is this year. Do you feel that this record reflects the talent of this team?
They played some really tough opponents early. They played the Packers and the Ravens, obviously, and the Chiefs on opening night. I just think they're not playing up to their potential, and they have to start doing it. But I think your coach is correct here that the Patriots, they get everybody's attention no matter what the record is. The Texans will be ready.
The Texans looking to get back in the win column, and the Patriots looking to stay there. This should be a good one.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for the Bellustrator. And Coach, a lot of explosive players, especially on a perimeter, even the tight end for the Texans. I know they got Cobb. Let's take a look. First one, I think, is a big touchdown to Fuller.
You're right, Scott. They have so many explosive players offensively. I don't think we have time to get them all in on the show here. But, of course, it starts with Watson. He definitely makes things go. But this is Fuller down here at the bottom of the screen. And Fuller's known for his speed and his big playability, and here he does a nice job of adjusting to a ball that's just a little bit underthrown, comes back, undercuts the corner, and it's all over. You're not going to catch this guy from behind. One thing he's got is a lot of speed.
Yeah, that's tough for a defensive back. You got to get your head around, lose sight of that ball. He'll throw it short.
Yeah, and then we all know Cook's very fast player, but. Again, not all their long plays are go routes. There are plenty of plays like this where, Cooks catches a short pass, he gets a little block here, and then, Cooks does a nice job of running, setting up the block downfield, goes down the sideline. This is another guy that we're not going to catch from behind. These guys they've got a lot of speed out there. So it's long passes, it's catch and run plays. They're both a problem. I've got a big athletic tight end here, number 87, Darren Fells, and see here on this play they're in an empty formation, so spread the defense out. And Fells is able to get behind the linebackers here. Watson puts it right on him. This is another guy that can run and just outruns the rest of the defense for a 44-yard touchdown. So wide receivers, tight end, and Randall Cobb. Know him well from the Green Bay days, but here they get him in an isolated route against on the inside here, which is normally where he plays. Does a nice job here of stemming the route. This is really pretty similar to the route that Jacoby ran on Peters in the Baltimore game, but comes down here, stems it again. Watson puts it right on him. Takes it in there for about a 28-yard touchdown. So. We've seen all those guys, Stills, Cooks, Fells, and Cobb, and we got Watson, we got Stills, Duke Johnson, Akins. This is really a very talented and explosive group of skill players offensively behind a big and good offensive line. So they got a lot of firepower to stop.
That's amazing. We didn't even get to Stills. Coach, great stuff as always. Good luck against the Texans. 2 primetime games. Those are in your hip pocket. Now you're back in that 1 o'clock window. Go get them.
All right. Appreciate it, Scott. Thank you.
All right. There you go. There's your Bellustrator. More Patriots All Access. We'll return right after this.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the New England Patriots. And by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots. Proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off.
Prediction time.
Yeah, I don't like this matchup just for the reasons that we said. It would seem to be strength against weakness and advantage for the Ravens here.
Give me the Pats. You know, I'm going to take the Patriots, and here's why. I think it's a last gasp sort of keep the season going. Yep. I'm not convinced on the Ravens either, you know. I think they've had 2 losses to the 2 best teams on their schedule. Not saying the Patriots are great, but I'm going to put my faith in them this week to play their best game with more guys coming back into the lineup. Let's take them by a field goal, 20-17.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access in our Bob's Discount Purchase Studios. We saw the prediction. I got to give you credit because you absolutely nailed it. But did you believe it when you said it?
Oh, well, I wouldn't have said it.
Better yet, did he believe it when he said it?
I don't think anyone did, actually, except for you.
I don't recall. What did I'm not sure.
So here was the thought. I wouldn't say anything I didn't believe, Steve.
Right.
I thought it was going to be a close game, and I guess I wasn't as sold on Baltimore, and I thought the Patriots would be better than they had showed us the week before against the Jets, and it worked out. And it's nice when it works out, but we all know we don't always get them right.
Yeah, but it's a good read, and you're right to give them credit for it because not a lot of people saw the same things. And I think especially with Baltimore, Mike, I think you saw some cracks in the run defense. I was sort of fixated on the Ravens' ability to stop the run in terms of the number, the yardage total. I think, Mike, you were more focused on the yards per play, and that was more important.
And they were without some key players, which I think is key context. The Ravens' defense were, without some key guys, which I think helped the Patriots.
So, now going forward, what do we know about this football team now? What does that win say about this football team?
Yeah, it's funny. You're 10 weeks in, and I'm still personally not sure exactly what this team is. Now, I will say what that game, what Sunday night told me is what they're capable of when they play mistake-free football. And this is where I sort of want to get to where, not defending ourselves for picking the Patriots to lose, but I think they did a lot of things about as well as you can expect. Mm-hmm. I think they really did a nice job with a scheme to help stop the run. I thought they played mistake-free on offense in terrible conditions, not even a bobble on a snap. So I thought they did a lot of things. And then you look up at the end of the day, Mike, the other team's got the ball 80 yards away from winning. So that's why, the Patriots played a near flawless football game and still had to go down to the wire to win it. So I think that's why people felt. So I don't know exactly. This is what they're capable of when they play well. Right. I don't know if they can play well 8 weeks in a row.
And if I had to simplify it, I would say that when they play as well as they can, I do believe that they can beat anybody. And I think Paul might disagree when we look at like the Chiefs or maybe another of the top
what you're
teams.
saying
I would just change
Sunday.
beat to compete.
To compete.
I think they can
That's
compete
fair.
with everybody. And Bill Belichick gives you that chance.
And I just want to add on the flip side, as we saw against the Jets, a winless team, I think there are weeks when they could lose to anyone. So I think that's what makes this sort of an intriguing rest of the season.
Playoffs. Do I dare mention that word? Please, the P word. Playoffs? Does this team have a chance?
If I say no, am I going to get another segment rolled back at some point?
I just want to get a feeling for where you're coming from. I know I'm jumping ahead. But, after 10 weeks, they make a run, they beat Houston, and all of a sudden...
And here's where the problem is. This is less about the Patriots, and we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. It's less about the Patriots as to the hole that they've built for themselves. There are so many teams 2 and 3 games ahead of them in the standings that it's not about what the Patriots do from here on in. It's about what everybody else does.
Well, Steve, I think they have a chance at 5-5. You're looking for the 2001 season formula when they were 5-5 and they went on a run. Is it possible? It is. Is it likely? It is not.
Prediction time. After saying all that, you're going to predict a blowout?
Let me look into the camera. I predict that the New England Patriots will win this football game.
How much?
27-24. I think
that close.
I think what Mike talked about with Desean Watson and the receivers, that sort of gives me a little concern. You can't gear up to stop the run in a game like this. It's going to be the other way around. So I think maybe Duke Johnson might have some room to move. And I respect Desean Watson. I think he's an immense talent, and he gives the Texans a chance to win every game. I don't think they will. The defense is terrible. Patriots will win this game.
Yeah, I think just the way the Patriots are built, we got to gear up for close games, Paul. So I'm going to say 24-20 for the Patriots.
You're saying close too.
I do. I think that's just
now
the way
it has validity.
Right. Well, here's what you're both saying, that they're coming back 5-5.
5-5, absolutely.
Right.
And then you have a chance.
Saying there's a chance. All right, guys, thank you very much. That'll do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. For Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Have a great week, everybody. See you later.